I not overly fussed with this steering wheel, and because I have a horn problem, there's a metal pin that goes in there. I think it's about $12 to buy a new one, but anyway, I like the looks of the 6 steering wheel better. Now, even though this one has an airbag, I won't be wiring the airbag. This van didn't come out with an airbag anyway, so that'll just be, I don't know, something that's going to have to be put up with, I guess, that it says that there's an airbag. Anyway, I like the feature that there's a horn on the buttons instead of in the middle, and this steering wheel has cruise control switch on it. I picked up this steering wheel for $35, so it comes with all the whole lot, including the metal bracket that I'll be showing you what happens there when I put it on here. But with the cruise control switch, I'll then be able to rewire this switch here that I've got for my cruise control. It's a custom cruise control that I've added. It's under here. There's this box up here. And yeah, I'll be able to have the cruise control functions on the steering wheel then, which will keep me happy. So I'll just record little bits in betweens. So basically you see it all get put together. And the wiring, I've already tested plugging it in. I've already tested it. Everything worked. So there will be some wires that won't be used, and some functions that won't work. This function here on the steering wheel that controls the wiper speed, and that there won't work. And it's something I'm going to have to put a multimeter onto the plug down here later on, find out which wire it is that's not being used, because I wouldn't mind having that function. That would be a good option. And maybe, like the airbag is going to be in there, it's all going to be wired up in the steering wheel. Maybe I'll get the sensor one day and actually wire the airbag up anyway. So I'll get to pulling this steering wheel off, and we'll go from there. For starters, you want to make sure the steering wheel is straight. You don't want to have it turn the wrong way, and when you put the new steering wheel on you don't know, and then you come along and you're thinking, which way do I put it? And you can only find that out by going for a drive on a straight road and then readjusting it. So that's one of the first things. Now we've got some screws underneath here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 screws that need to be taken out to get this bottom cover plate off. So I'll get to that. Alright, so that's that bottom cover off. And you need to tilt the steering wheel down to get the top cover out. And that's easy access there. 3 screws at the bottom, one on either side here, which would take the face there off, I believe. So I'm going to take the third one out at the same time, just because since I'm taking screws out there, I'll take that one out at the same time. I was wrong. That center one actually holds this piece on, and the other 2 that I was talking about, they just screw on the plastic onto here, and the screws aren't from the opposite side, they're from this side. So that was a mistake there, but anyway, not a big problem, not a big mistake. Alright, so trick to taking the steering wheel off, you want to loosen that nut off just a little bit. I'll see if I can position the camera elsewhere. Okay, so you want to get yourself a wheel brace or a socket kit or whatever it is that you want to do. Find the right size that fits it. That's that one there. Yep, steering lock's on. Now I just want to loosen this off. Not too much. So the screw is, or the bolt is on there still. Just probably about half on, so it's nice and loose. And pull on the steering wheel. Use all your body weight. Give it a wiggle. There we go. She clips off. You heard the snap there, so that's that steering wheel off. I made the mistake many years ago. My first steering wheel I took the nut right off, took the steering wheel off, and copped a wallop in the face. So make sure you leave the nut on there still. So you don't go copping one in the face. So now I've got 4 screws holding this on. One of my famous tricks is putting the screwdriver down and then not knowing where it is. So I'm going to reuse these screws. Don't know if I kept the ones from the other Tarago. I took that steering wheel off. I'll need to take this cover off as well. There's 2 screws at the bottom, which I haven't put back in yet, so it kind of helps me out doing this right now. Because I need to get to this wiring down here. Alright, I'll get this unplugged. Start it again in a minute. Okay, so I might need to cut a few cable ties, and that's pretty much off there. This is the most important part of the whole thing. This metal bracket will not work with this setup here. That's why I kept the metal bracket from the other Tarago. So I'll get them swapped over. I'm not going to record that bit, but anyway, you just got the 2 bolts there. Take them off and bolt this plate back on in its place, and then mount the controlling system here. I'm not too sure what you'd call the whole get up there, but screw that back down. So I'll just compare the 2 for you so you can see. The bottom holes line up on these plates, but the top ones are too short. See how they don't make the distance over there? That's why it's important to switch these plates around. This is the 10mm. Just a 10mm fastener. So we'll put this on, and I'll put it all back together with this and so on. And yeah, the next important step, I'll record that. Okay, so I've got my steering wheel on in place there. Just a matter of plugging in these wires. That's the horn wire. This is the airbag wire. I'll plug it in even though it's not going to be used. I'll plug it in anyway. And that's that part of the steering wheel cover done. Steering wheel part done. And all done there. Just need to plug in the plugs down the bottom. And need to fix up my little bit of wiring down there as well that you can see. And yeah, I'm good to go. So I'll just put this back on, the cover's on, so you can see it all on and working. Alrighty, so there you have it. She's all in, all looking sweet. You wouldn't know. You wouldn't know that it didn't belong. I'll get all this cruise control, get up, set up soon. Everything works. You can see the, yep, you sure can. Lights are working, wipers are working when the ignition's on. So the rear one you can hear. Front water squirter's working. The only thing I don't know about is this timing switch here. That's for the rear. So turn that off. I'll put this on slow. Put it on fast. No, doesn't make any difference. My relays. I can hear the relay. I think the relay is underneath me. glove compartment there, but that's okay. That's something to look into. So this part here is the only thing that doesn't work, and that's to time my wipers on how fast I want the auto wipe to work, which is not majorly important. So thanks for watching, guys. So yeah, 96 steering wheel on a 92 TCR 11R, and probably be the same story for a TCR 11L. I don't see why it would be any different. There you go, guys. The steering wheel, I do feel it. It's probably about maybe half an inch closer to me. Not a big deal though. I actually quite like the steering wheel being that little bit more higher. Alright, till next time, guys. See you.